Having said that, this is a Qigong class. It's where Tai Chi sprang from, so it's about moving the body with the breath. So it is a mind-body class. It's designed to bring the mind into the body so you can just connect with the present moment. So you can do the class standing or sitting. Ideally, you'll stand if you can, but if you just have to sit, fine, sit. Make it work for you. Don't overdo it. You don't have to do all the movements that we do. Just enjoy it. I think one of the most important movements that we do is the warm-ups where we do the balance the plate exercise. We're going to start that in a moment. After we start with 3 heart opening breaths to bring in mild stretch in the back of the legs as we do the 3rd breath. So start with your palms in front of the abdomen and come into a squat. So when you inhale, slowly come up, so you start warming up the behind and stretch through the thighs, and then exhale, slowly come down into a squat again. So through the nose, we take a big breath and inhale and stretch, and exhale, slowly come down. Oh, that's a good stretch again. Through the nose, inhale and stretch. Now when we exhale, let's hinge at the hip and let the weight of your body pull on the back of the leg. So you want to keep your back straight. So it's not about touching your toes. Curving the back isn't too good for you. You just want to pull on the back of the legs and let that be as far as you need to come down. Now we're going to add the breath for a deeper stretch. So inhale, the body expands, and exhale, just relax into that stretch and notice how much further you stretch the back of the legs. Again, through the nose, inhaling, big, strong inhale. And exhale, relax a little bit more into that stretch for the back of the legs. Always inhaling through the nose. We inhale and exhale. Oh, that's a good stretch for the back of the legs. Now when we inhale, slowly, slowly come on up. Yeah, I like this very much. And exhale, relax. Now just kind of kick the legs out, shake the arms to the shoulders. And with your feet hip width apart, just throw your arms around from side to side. And when you get to a side, push down into a hip. When, again, what we're doing in this class is opening up the flow of energy throughout your body. And we have 2 energies that we're talking about. One is through your vascular system, and the one is through your electrical system, which we're going to call chi energy. So we're moving this chi throughout the body, and we're opening up the body so it flows really good without obstruction from point A to point B. So these energy centers that are in our body that we're opening up, we have 366 of them, and the movement opens them up. It's very simple. When you sit and you don't move, or you lie down and you don't move, everything gets stagnant. So, when you go to a hospital and you have a surgery or an operation, generally they try to get you standing and walking just as soon as possible. On some of the most insanely bizarre operations and procedures, they get you up right away. Why? Because the body in motion feels so much better. Now let's just do the same up and down motion, but bring the arms up to shoulder height. So the inside palm goes face down, the outside palm goes face up, and we're still pushing down into a hip to squish the tissue in the hip area. So we're stressing that area, and when you reach back, you're crunching a shoulder blade onto the muscle, so that again takes the pressure off the upper part of the back. Again, improving the flow of energy throughout your entire body. Now let's widen the step a little bit and just reach up high and give it a good stretch down through the side. That feels so good. Again, other side, give it a good stretch. Now 2 more times each way, we give it a good stretch. Other side, give it a good stretch. Okay, 1 more time. Stretch. Other side, stretch. Now come to the center. Feet are hip width apart. Let's bring a little vibration in the body. So it's just a minute little vibration with the knees. So just a quick little up and down motion. Let the arms relax. So you relax the shoulders, and the palms just kind of start moving on their own because the shoulders will relax. So the knees are bouncing. Let's add another dimension and start shaking the palms. Again, we have a lot of the energy centers in our extremities, our feet and our fingers, our palms. This just starts improving the flow of energy throughout the body. Now it's a little wiggle of the hips. You just simple little exercises, but boy, they really work good. Really help the body. And now just shimmy the shoulders. and bobble the head so you're all shook up. Just relaxing the whole body. Moving it around, shaking it around. In a moment, we're going to stop and feel the tingling in our fingers. Okay, now let's stop. Feel that tingling in your fingers, your palms, your wrists, your forearms, maybe even a little higher. Yeah. That's the body opening up. That's why you're feeling that tingling sensation. And if you can feel it, you're successful at bringing the mind into the body. Because if you were thinking and trying to feel it, you wouldn't feel it. The whole idea is just to be present and direct your mind's attention to the body. And that's what mind-body is. Now, we're going to do balance the plate exercise. So let's step forward with your right foot. Let's just stand back a little bit. Step forward with your right foot. Put both palms out and sink into a squat. Take the left palm, put it behind you. I mirror teach, so I'm doing the same side as you. Now take this right palm. When you pull it into the chest, straighten the knee, lift the elbow and shoulder up, bend the wrist so you circle the palm underneath the arm, and then push to the side and stretch, and the hip will go one way, so you kind of feel a little pressure on your hip here. That's good. Now we're going to gyrate the hip. As you gyrate the hip, you start straightening the knees. As you come up over the head, as you exhale, come on down into a squat and the arm is extended. Okay, let's start again. So it's inhale towards the chest, straighten the knees, elbow and shoulder up, circle the palm and exhale. It goes one way, stretch the arm. It's a good stretch. Feel it in the bicep? Yeah. So then circle the palm, circle the hips around, the arm goes the opposite way, and exhale, come on back. So the movement's from the hip and it throws the arm above your head around. So it's inhale underneath the arm and exhale to the side. Now whip it around. So it's inhale, we whip, and exhale, we crouch. Again, inhale, we rise, exhale, we crouch, inhale, we rise, and exhale, we sink. Now try to sink up and down the best you can, keeping the shoulders over the hips. So inhale and exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do one more time in silence. Oh, that feels good. Now, let's bring this foot back as we inhale, straighten the leg, and exhale, sink in. Now we're into a squat, so we're going to straighten the right leg and then step out 45 degrees with the left. So it's inhale, straighten the right leg, and all the weight's on the right leg. And then exhale, now we bounce the weight for both legs. Sink and the palms are out. Take the right palm, put it behind you and focus on the left palm. 2 circles, 2 breaths. Circle number 1 is underneath the arm. So it's inhale, straighten the knee, come underneath the arm, and exhale, complete circle number 1, breath number 1. Number 2 is over the head. Inhale, we gyrate the hip, and exhale completes the gyration. So inhale, underneath the arm, bend the wrist, point the fingers to the left, and exhale, stretch to the left, hip goes the opposite way. You feel a little pressure here. So inhale, we gyrate the hip, circling over the head. Boy, a good stretch. This is dynamic stretching. And exhale, come on back as we crouch. A lot up and down is great for the squats, great for the lower part of your body. So it's inhale, super good for balance, and exhale, push to the side. Inhale, gyrate around, and exhale, as you coordinate the movement, you get a little bit of rhythm in the body. So it's inhale underneath the arm, and exhale, come on down. So inhale, we circle, and exhale, we come down. So we're circling at the same time we go up and down. So it's inhale underneath the arm, and exhale, stretch on the bicep. Inhale all the way around, and exhale. So you put as much energy, as much oomph into this as you want. Oomph. Again, inhale and exhale, a strong oomph. Inhale over the head, and exhale, come on back. I wonder how closed caption captures the oomph. Inhale underneath the arm, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do this last one in silence. Okay, now we're going to bring this foot back. Now, so we straighten the right leg and the left foot naturally drags in. So we inhale, straighten the right leg, and the left foot slides in, and exhale, we come into a squat, just relax. Now we're going to go over your both hands at the same time. So we inhale, take a half, straighten the left leg so we can take a half step to the right. All the weight's on the left leg. Half step, and exhale, lean over to the right. Then inhale, straighten the right leg, so we're finding our balance. Half step to the left, and exhale, sink in and extend both palms. Now we're into a deep squat or a deep horse riding stance. So first one's underneath the arm. So inhale, pull the palm in towards the chest, straighten the knees, bend the wrists, circle both palms underneath the arms, point to the side, and then exhale, stretch to the side so you feel a stretch all the way through your biceps. It's a really big stretch for the arms. Now inhale, we crisscross over the head, stretching through the abdomen, yeah, and exhale, sink back down into this deep horse riding stance. Okay, kid, inhale underneath the arm and stretch, and then exhale. So we're trying to maintain balance as we do this. Inhale over the head, and exhale, come on down. You're starting to feel it in your thighs, your buttocks. Okay, inhale slowly. This is circle number one, breath one, and exhale completes number one. Number two is over the head. Inhale, slowly, feel it in the buttocks as you rise slowly, and exhale, slowly, come on down. Doing this nice and slow. It's so good for the body. Again, inhale, exhale, stretch, inhale, and exhale. So let's do this one more time in silence. Now let's bring this right foot in first, so you have to straighten the left leg. So lean over to the left, straighten the left leg, and draw the right foot in just a half a step. And then as you exhale, carry your weight into a squat over to the right side. Then inhale, straighten the right leg, let the left foot drag in, and then exhale, just sink and just relax. Now just stand here just for a moment and just feel your balance. Notice how you're maintaining balance from one leg to the other. Ideally, your feet should be pretty close together, which is a bit of a challenge to your balance. Okay, so what we did in that warm-up is part of the fourth and fifth form. There's 8 forms that we're doing, and we only did 2 circles, 2 breaths, but when we get to the actual form on the fourth and fifth form, we're actually doing 4 circles, 4 breaths within those forms, not counting the transition from from the last move to the next. So just 4 moves, 4 breaths, or 4 circles, 4 breaths that we'll be doing from this point on. Now, your homework assignment, should you choose to accept, will be to do the balance and plate exercise, just like we did in the warm-up. We'll do that every morning, because what that'll do, that's enough to kind of open up the flow of energy throughout your body as you're doing this. And it's just a wonderful dynamic stretch. And dynamic simply means moving. So you're stretching as you move. So the amount of stretch really depends on how much oomph you put into this. So, or how much energy you put into what you're doing. So sometimes you just want to do a little bit of energy. Sometimes you want to do a lot of energy. It's up to you how much energy you want to exert. Okay? And that's where you get your workout. So give your 100%, I recommend, but you only have to really give about 70% of your ability. So you don't want to really overdo it. I have a tendency to give a little bit more than my 70% when I'm doing it, and I get a tremendous workout. So I hope you'll join me in that and doing your best and enjoy the workout. So having said that, let's do the form from beginning to end. There's 8 forms. Now, I don't want to scare you, but it only takes about 4 minutes to do the form from beginning to end. It actually takes less than 4, really depending on how fast you breathe. So if you're breathing quickly, it's going to take closer to 3 minutes. If you're breathing slow, it'll take you about 4 minutes to do the form. Now, all 8 forms that we do will actually incorporate 108 movements within those 8 forms and 108 breaths. So it's quite extensive. It seems like a lot, but it's really not. Every transition, every little movement counts as one of the movements within the 108 movements of all 8 forms that we do. So let's begin. So our feet are together, knees are soft, palms are in front of the abdomen. Now let's just kind of sink into a little bit of squat, a little bit more. So when we inhale, straighten the knees, reach out to the side, and exhale into a stretch, and then sink into that stretch, okay? Then roll the palms up as you inhale, lift up, bring your palms together. And then when you exhale, sink till your fingertips come just below the chin. You're bending the knees now. Shoulders remain over the hips. Now when you inhale, we straighten the knees, lift the elbows to shoulder height, and lift your spine up a little bit. Yeah. And then exhale, sink again as you push this energy down into your lower abdomen and then relax. So what we've done, we've gathered all the energy around us, brought us into the body, and just relaxed within it. That's the first form. Second form, we're going to step off to the right. So naturally, we straighten the left leg, and it's a balance. So you're practicing your balance. So inhale, straighten the left leg, step off to the right. Don't think about the right, just focus on maintaining your balance on the left. As you exhale, you put your foot down and sink in into a squat. Try the best you can, keep the shoulders over the hips, and you will feel it right in here into your hip. And the pressure is what you want to do. Okay, palm is face up. Ignore this palm, just let it relax. Now, we're going to do 4 circles for our breaths. The first one's behind the back. First circle is behind the back. So we inhale, we straighten the knees, bring the palm around behind the back, circle all the way around with our arm. Now, when you exhale, we sink into a squat as we reach behind us and feel the stretch to our bicep. Now, when you inhale, we straighten the knee, come underneath the arm, circle the palm, point to the front, and exhale, reach and stretch to the front. Now, the next 2 are just like we did in the warm-up, but this is number 3 and 4 of this first form. So it's in a second form. So it's in balance of plate, coming underneath the arm, and exhale, push to the side. I messed up here. Inhale over the head, and exhale. This is the 4th form. I jumped right into it, I'm sorry, but I did it. Now inhale, straighten the left leg, bring the right foot in, and exhale. Now let's do the other side the same way. I'm jumping up a little bit. We'll come back to number 2 in a moment. So inhale, straighten the right leg, step off to the left, and exhale, sink in with your palm face up, kind of towards the inside of your thigh or knee. So when we inhale, we bring the palm around behind us, circle all the way around with our arm. Now when we exhale, we push behind us and reach and stretch and come back into a squat, feel it into our bicep. So number 3 is underneath, number 2 is underneath the arm. Circle the palm to the front, and then exhale, come back into the squat. As you keep the shoulders over the hips, you just reach out with your arm to feel the stretch all the way through up into the bicep. Now inhale back underneath the arm, we straighten the legs. This is number 3 like we did in the warm-up. Come underneath the arm. When you exhale, we push to the left. The hip goes to the right, and then we go over the head. As you inhale over the head, straighten the legs, and exhale, come on back down to our starting position. Now we inhale, straighten the right leg, the left foot just draws back, and exhale, we come back into a squat. Now we're going to start all over again with the first form and do 1 through 8. The palms in front of the abdomen, and inhale, straighten the knees, reach out to the side, and exhale, stretch and squat. Then inhale, roll the palms up, lift your body up as you're gathering all this energy around you, palms together. As you exhale, pull this wonderful energy into your body. Now, as you're inhaling, you're making sure you gather all the energy, mixing it with your energy, heaven, earth, and human. As you exhale, you're pushing it into your lower abdomen as you come into a squat again. Okay, that was the first form. Second form, we step off to the right. So you inhale, straighten the left leg, step off to the right, and exhale, settle in. Now we're going to make one circle. So this is the second form. So inhale, we just gyrate the hip, and exhale completes the gyration. Now we're going to return. Very simple movement. So inhale, we straighten the left leg, the right foot draws in, and exhale, we sink into a squat. Now we're going to do the other side so we have balance in the body. So inhale, straighten the right leg, step off to the left, and exhale, sink in with the palm face down towards the inside of your knee. Now we gyrate the hip. So we inhale, we gyrate the hip, making a circle. We straighten the knee at the middle of the circle. As you exhale, we bend the knee as we crouch, completing the circle. Now we bring this foot back as we inhale, straighten the left leg, right leg, excuse me. Left leg comes in, and exhale, we crouch. Third form is balance the plate exercise. Now let me explain that. The reason we call it balance the plate is because the palms move exactly the same distance apart from each other as we sway. The bottom palm is always face up, the inside palm is face up, the outside palm is face down, okay? So we're gonna do the right side first. So here's position. We inhale, we straighten the knee, carry the ball over to the right. As you exhale, we're standing on one leg, we sink, and this left foot is just there for support. Now, whether you go all the way behind or not is up to you. Just do what works for you so you have a good balance, okay? Eventually it improves, and you can do about this much. So inhale, we carry the ball over to the left. Bottom palm is front of the midline of your body, outside palm is face down. And then when we exhale, we return back over to our other side. Okay, now lower the ball. As you inhale, we straighten the right leg. Balance on both legs. As you exhale, come into a squat. Now we do the other side. So inhale, we carry the ball over to the left. Standing on one leg, we exhale, we sink. So most of the weight's on one leg. This other foot's just here for support. Now we carry the ball to the right. As you inhale, straighten the knee, and exhale, we bend the knee as we return right back. You feel that nice stretch in the hip. Now inhale, we lower the ball. We're finished with this one. And straighten up, and then exhale, we sink. That completes the third form, the right and the left side. Fourth form is balance a plate, like we did in the warm-up, like we just jumped to it from when we started. So inhale, 4 moves, 4 breaths. We step out, well, actually 6 with the transition, and exhale, settle in. Okay. Now, first circle's behind the back. So inhale, we straighten the legs, bring the arm around behind, circling all the way around. As you exhale, we start squatting and reach behind us. You stretch through the bicep. Now when you inhale, we come back underneath the arm, lift the elbow and shoulder up, stretching through the side, point the fingers to the front, and exhale, push to the front, and squat. Now when we inhale, straighten the legs, come underneath the arm, circle the palm over, point the fingers to the right. As you exhale, the hip goes to the left, and that's number 3. Number 4 is over the head. So it's inhale, we gyrate the hip, straighten the legs, arm comes over the head, and exhale, we sink into a squat to complete part A of the fourth form, or the right side of the fourth form. Now, we bring the foot back. As you inhale, straighten the left leg. The right foot just comes back naturally, and exhale, relax, and sink the body. Now we do the left side. So part B of the left side. Inhale is the left side. And exhale, this is the fourth form still. We step off and settle in, put the palm face up towards the inside of your knee. Now when we inhale, we straighten the legs as we circle all the way around with our arm. And when we exhale, completing the circle, we squat and reach behind us, stretching up through the bicep. Now when we inhale, we straighten the knees, lift the elbow and shoulder up, bend the wrist, point the circle underneath the arm, and exhale, complete circle And breath number 2 is you reach out to the front. Number 3 is underneath the arm again, like our warm-up. Inhale underneath the arm, lift the elbow and shoulder up, circle the palm, point to the left, and exhale, your hip goes to the right as we stretch and sink. Now, inhale, we gyrate the hip, turn number 4 over the head, and exhale, completes the movement as we squat. Now, we're going to bring this left foot back, so straighten the right knee as you inhale, and exhale, sink into a squat. Now we're ready to do the 5th form. That's the right and left side together at the same time. So we inhale, we lean, we're going to step off to the right, so you straighten the left leg, half step to the right. When you exhale, we lean over to the right and sink in to the right with the palm face up. Now we raise, we're going to step half to the left. We inhale, we straighten the right leg, half step to the left, and exhale, we squat and sink. Keep the shoulders over the hips the best you can. Next week I'll have mirrors, so do your best here. So inhale, we straighten the legs, open the chest, circle all the way around with our arms, and exhale, push behind us, and we squat. Then inhale underneath our arms, and exhale, this is number 2, breath and circle. We stretch and squat. Number 3 and 4 is like we did in our warm-up. So inhale underneath the arms, straighten the knees, circle the palms, point to the side, and exhale, reach and stretch to the side. Now we go over the head. Inhale over the head, and exhale, we squat and sink into this deep horse riding stance. Shoulders are over the hips. Now we return. So lean over to the left as you inhale, straighten the left leg, a half step from the right. And then exhale, lean over to the right and sink. Then inhale, straighten the right leg, and then draw the left foot in, and exhale, sink down into a squat. Now that takes us, that was the 5th form. Now we're doing the 6th form called Creating a Brighter World. Your homework assignment is you do this 3-4 minutes every day and just do the intestine exercise. It's deep diaphragmatic breathing though. So inhale, push the belly out, put the thumbs on the belly button. When you exhale, tuck the belly in and squat, squeezing the belly to the backbone. Now, when you inhale, we start to straighten the knees and expand the abdomen. Palms float out as it flows with the energy. When you exhale, we contract and tighten the energy. Bring the belly button to the backbone. Now, the 7th form is dragon looks up to the sky. As you inhale, the palms float up to eye height. The knees are straight. Reach the first 3 finger, flay the other 2. As we exhale, we sink and drop the knuckles to our kidneys, our lower back. So inhale, drag the knuckles into our armpits and stretch. And then exhale, relax and sink. So I hope our newcomer from Milwaukee in Oregon is enjoying this and following this. Thank you for joining us. Then inhale, straighten the knees, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chin up to stretch your neck. And then exhale, let everything relax. And just sink. I think her name was Audrey. Now, the 8th and final form is raising the power. So when we inhale, we straighten the knees as we bring our arms out in front, drawing Earth's energy up from the earth into our palms, pulling it into our body. As we exhale, we sink, bend the knees and push this energy into our lower abdomen, our 2nd chakra, a major energy center where we accumulate and store this energy. Now to conclude, we inhale, straighten the knees, put the palms to prayer posture. As we exhale, we're going to bow to acknowledge this energy that's in us and all around us as we stretch the back of our legs. And we hold for 1 more breath. Inhale, the body expands, and exhale a little bit more deeply into that stretch for the back of the legs. It's a nice stretch. Now when we inhale, slowly come on up. When we exhale, soften the knees and let the palms float down and just relax. These are not bent a lot, just soft. We look down to the ground and just stand and just feel the energy. that's coursing through your body right now as we've opened up all the energy centers throughout our entire body. And now we have a wonderful free flow of energy. Okay, good job, everybody. I invite you to sit down with me for a moment and have a sip of water. And let's just go into a little relaxation and just continue to absorb the energy for a moment while the body rests. At the same time, it begins to absorb this energy. So in the meantime, enjoy having a little bit of water. So when we sit, we want to sit up straight with the shoulders over the hips, the knees over the ankles, and put the back of the palms behind the knees. And just lower your eyes to the earth or close your eyes if you're comfortable. And just let your body completely and deeply rest and relax. Try not to think too much. And just know that in this moment in time, you can relax because you are absolutely perfect. You're perfect in every way. Just allow yourself to just relax and enjoy, releasing the tension in your body every time you exhale. Just really let go. Try to see if you can hear how happy these birds are. These birds are in this beautiful forest that's right next to the edge of the forest where there's a white sandy beach and the water from the ocean are just kind of softly coming up on the sand. And just a little while ago, it finished raining. And as you go deep into the woods, or just not even that far, just maybe 30, 40 feet, all of a sudden it becomes much darker, much quieter. The canopy of the trees blocks out sunlight, most of it. And the atmosphere is just perfect. Listen to the birds and see if you can feel be one with the birds and their enjoyment of this moment in time. Listen for the woodpecker when the woodpecker picks wood. There was a woodpecker. He's coming again. Good, there he was. There's a kookaburra in here someplace, and see if you can hear. And the kookaburra goes cuckoo. There's the kookaburra. He's going to come again. So there's that kookaburra again. He'll come one more time towards the end. It's wonderful time we're enjoying, relaxing, letting go. So now I invite you to open up your eyes and clasp your hands over your abdomen, bring them up to your chest, roll them forward. As you exhale, extend the arms into a stretch. Then inhale and exhale a little more deeply into that stretch. Now when you inhale, lift the palms up. When you exhale, look up to stretch. One more breath. Inhale, stretch out a little more deeply, and exhale, lower the palms down to your lap. Now, you can take both hands and cross them like this, or you can put your, start with your right hand on the left knee as you inhale, and exhale, look behind you and stretch. One more breath. Inhale, twist a little more deeply, and exhale, come on back to the center. Now the other side, we inhale, exhale, twist over to the right, then inhale, twist a little more deeply, and exhale, come on back to the center. All right, good. So I invite you to join me in taking one sip of water before we begin again. Water is great because it helps wet the body down so the electricity flows better. Water is a wonderful conductor of electricity. So let's stand up. You can do the class standing or sitting. Make it work for you. Ideally, you'll stand if you can. If you need to sit, that's okay. So we're going to do the form from beginning to end. Our feet are together. The knees are soft. And let's put the palms in front of the abdomen. So when we inhale, let's reach out to the side and exhale. Pull the palms up as we inhale, palms together, and exhale, relax till the fingertips come below the chin as you soften the knees. Now when you inhale, straighten the knees and bring the elbows to shoulder height, stretch through the abdomen, and then exhale, lower the palms down. Second form, step off to the right. Inhale. Exhale, sink. Inhale, gyrate the hip. And exhale, we sink. Inhale, straighten the left leg, draw the right foot in, and exhale, sink. Other side now. Inhale, straighten the right leg, step off to the left, and exhale, sink in. Gyrate the hip as you inhale, and exhale. Bring this foot back now. Inhale, straighten the right leg, and exhale, sink. Carry the ball to the right as a third form. As an inhale, set up to the right, and exhale, sink as you settle in. Now here we go. To the left first, inhale. On the inhale, we go, and then exhale, we return to where we started. Now lower the ball as you inhale, straighten the legs, find your balance on both, and then exhale, squat. Inhale over to the other side, carry the ball to the left, and exhale, sink into position. Feel your hip. Then inhale, we carry the ball over to the right, and exhale, we return it right back to the left. Now lower the ball to the front. We inhale, just relax, straighten the legs, and then exhale, find your balance on both legs. Fourth form is balance and plate. As you inhale, we straighten the left leg, step off to the right, and exhale, sink into a squat. Palms in front of the midline, inside of your knee. And then inhale, we straighten the legs as we bring the arm around behind us, make a circle all the way around, and exhale, we crouch as we reach behind us to complete movement one, breath one. Number two, underneath the arm, we stretch, point the fingers to the front, and exhale, we sink. We can get nice and slow. We inhale underneath the arm, come circle the palm, point the fingers to the right. As you exhale, the hip goes to the left, so you feel a little pressure here. Inhale, gyrate the hip as you straighten the legs. We come over the head. It's a nice dynamic stretch. And exhale, we squat as we return the palm to the front. Then inhale, straighten the left leg, right foot comes in, and exhale, squat. This is balance the plate, so you rotate the wrists correctly, all the joints, straighten the right leg, exhale, step off the left. So now try to keep your palm face up, squat. So inhale, first one, bring it around behind, circle all the way around, and exhale, reach behind you. Now don't drop the ball or the plate. Inhale underneath the arm, and exhale, we squat. Inhale, back underneath the arm, we rise, and exhale, we squat. It goes one way. Inhale, gyrate the hip over the head, and exhale, we squat. Inhale, straighten the right leg, the left foot comes in. Exhale, we squat. Position for the fifth form is inhale, straighten the left leg, half step to the right, and exhale, sink over to the right. Then inhale, straighten the right leg, half step to the left, and exhale, sink and come into the squat. Now, both hands same time. So it's inhale, straighten the legs, bring the arms around behind, circle all the way around, and exhale, push behind us. Keeping the palms face up from here. We inhale underneath the arm, circle the palm to the front, and exhale, push to the front and stretch. Keep the shoulders over the hips. Just come into deep squat. Inhale back underneath the arms, lift the elbows and shoulders up, circle the palms underneath, point to the side, and exhale, squat and stretch to the side. Feel the stretch through your bicep. Now inhale, crisscross over the head as we stretch through the abdomen. What a good stretch. And exhale, squat as we return. Let's bring these feet back together. Starting with the right side. Inhale, straighten the left leg, half step from the right, and exhale, lean to the right and squat. Then inhale, straighten the right leg, the left foot draws in, and exhale, we squat. Sixth form is called creating a brighter world. So inhale, push the belly out, put the thumbs on the belly button. When we exhale, tuck the belly in and squat. So we inhale, push the belly out, open the belly, palms expand, and exhale, tuck the belly in, give it a good squeeze all the way to the backbone. Diaphragmatic breathing. So inhale, straighten the knees, the palms float up to eye height, pinch the first three fingers, abdomen extends. Exhale, contract the abdomen as the fingertips come just below, back of your knuckles come to your lower back. Inhale, drag the knuckles into the armpits and stretch. And then exhale, relax, bend the knees, and just come the arms over the fingers. Now when we inhale, we squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift your chin up so the dragon looks up to the sky, stretching the thyroid in your neck. And then exhale, let's relax, coming into a squat. Eighth and final form is raising the power. So as you inhale, we're gathering the energy of the earth, drawing it into our body. As you exhale, push this energy into our lower abdomen, our second chakra, 2 inches below the belly button, 2 inches deep. This is where we store and accumulate energy. Then to conclude, we inhale, palms to prayer posture. As we exhale, we're acknowledging this wonderful energy inside of us and all around us as we stretch the back of our legs. One more breath. Inhale and exhale a little more deeply into that stretch for the back of the legs. Now when we inhale, slowly rise up. Keep that back straight. And exhale, soften the knees, relax, look down to the earth, and just bring your mind into the body. Okay. Well, I invite you to take another sip of water before we begin again. And then this time we'll do it. My instruction will be on breath only, so I'll give you a different perspective in the form, a different understanding. So let's begin with our feet together. The knees are soft, shoulders are back and down, arms in front of the abdomen. This instruction is breath only. So if you don't remember anything, just wing your way through it. Whatever you do is perfect in every way, so you can't do anything wrong here. Just enjoy your time. That's the most important thing. Inhale, exhale, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, exhale, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, exhale, inhaling, exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Just stand for a moment and connect with yourself. Okay. Now, let's try it again. This time, let's do it in silence. You want to take another sip of water before we begin? You're welcome to do that. In fact, that's a good idea. Okay. Now, for those of you that are doing this for your first time, just do what you think you understand of it. Don't worry about remembering the form. I say the same things over and over every single class. So you're going to hear the same things over and over. And of course, this is recorded for you on our YouTube channel. So usually about a day later, it's ready for you to do it again. So if you'd like to follow up and do it over and over, and that's wonderful. So again, it takes a little over 3 minutes to do the form from beginning to end, or certainly under 4 minutes. Really depends on how fast you breathe. So I'm going to do the form in silence. So in other words, my instructions in silence. I'll just be a model for you to follow along. So with our feet together, knees are soft, palms in front of the abdomen. Inhale. Well, good job, everyone. That last form from beginning to end was all 8 forms, took a total of less than 4 minutes to do from beginning to end. And we had incorporated 108 movements with 108 breaths. So normally I like to do body tapping at this point in time, but we're kind of running out of time. So what I'd like you to do as a homework assignment to tap down through the body from the top of your head all the way down to the toes, and tap about 3 taps on every little part all the way through. Do your arms up and down and your legs. And then let's just start with smoothing out the energy. Let's put the palms on our shoulders, sweep down to the toes, and just say it feels so good. Ready? It feels so good as we sweep out and smooth out the energy. Let's do that again. Just say, I'm okay just the way I am. I'm okay just the way I am. Now the third time, I like myself just the way I am. Ready? I like myself just the way I am. Now I invite you to sit down and enjoy me for any questions or thoughts or comments that you might have.